link for the YouTube that I can send? Question mark. Does this go on YouTube? Question mark.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Later.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Wait,
Love it.
Cody's muted.
where's Cody?
See Cody.
He's down there.
I didn't realize I was muted.
Hey, there
What
we
a
go.
freak.
Hey, Cody!
You
are legit.
He's outside. I love it.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
He's in a field.
Yeah, I am. Man, I didn't get, like, I ordered DoorDash and they just didn't bring it, and it says that they did. And they're like, how was your order? And I was like, I don't know how to quantify. This is
You're like
zero here.
You're totally frozen, but I can hear your crickets chirping.
Yep, me too.
Oh, yeah, it's outside. Let me try to go to a more isolated spot. Yeah, we're doing a show out here at the Comedy Ranch in Erie.
Oh,
How's
Oh,
that?
hell yeah, bro. Nice.
yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
And awkward silence.
Oh no, we're failing already.
Wait, are we actually? We're not going yet, are we?
I don't know. Are we going? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Rebecca is muted again.
No.
I
There we
did not know that. I was
I
talking,
hear you
so I did
now.
not want to.
You're good now.
Mhm.
Cal, just let me know when you want to kick it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's roll. Hold on.
Like a little haunted
You froze a little.
shed.
You froze a little bit there, Cal.
Oh, that's where he keeps the dead bodies, Cody. I'd stay out.
Yeah, this feels like the first 3 minutes of Bones. I know we're gonna see Cody pan into a dead body and Booth and Bones have to save the day. That's what I've been doing with my time, watching a lot of
She's
Bones.
Oh man.
But they
yeah.
prep me for technology talk.
Yes.
Because that's like the number one thing I think about when I watch Bones. I'm like, these people would get away with murder because none of this technology exists.
I
Like
think
at all. You only got away because the super duper Deus Ex Machina face making machine found you off of a Dorito chip, which can't happen.
Wow.
I've
I've never seen that show. I'm going to have to watch that.
Bones is amazing. I've cried 3 times already.
Wow, damn. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Season 5 of Lucifer just dropped, and I'm watching that.
I know.
So it's good.
There's 12 seasons of Bones. I'm not even done with it. I'm at 10.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got a long way to catch up then.
Oh, so much. So much
All
Bones.
right.
But
You
it's
guys.
technology. It's technology.
Technology. It is technology.
Ooh, high tech.
And the man Cal himself has spoken. It is time. It is time to kick off this jam-packed episode of Cal and Pals. Who's excited? Yeah! Unmute and cheer. Unmute and cheer. Great.
Woo!
Woo! Cody.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm here.
I feel so alive.
Every time you,
Oh, boy.
it goes to his camera, it looks like the next step in a murder chase. Like we missed part of the
Maybe
chase.
it is.
Yeah, there's you probably can't see.
Oh, it's so
Some good-
dark.
Yeah, that's we missed part of the chase.
There's I got a bone saw.
Oh my god,
Okay.
The
what?
murderer! He's the murderer!
Yeah, are you gonna murder somebody?
That's a twist.
Think
All right.
so.
Count Pals is fucking legit.
That's a lot of people.
I am. I know that I went wild for you guys to cheer, but now it is time for you to be silent because I am Cal, right? I'm Cal and I'm here, but I'm not Cal. I'm trapped. Help me. No, just kidding. And we're here and we have 6 entire pals here tonight for Cal and Pals. It's the greatest night of our lives. So it would be awesome if we all just went around one by one and introduced ourselves just a little a little bit. This is who you are. This is what you're into. You know, whatever it is. Open minds, open doors. So let's just, Priscilla, come on. Who are you, girl?
Right. Hi, I'm Priscilla, and I'm an alcoholic.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm Priscilla. Yay!
Yes, you are.
Yay!
Yay!
Yes. We
Yeah.
got Priscilla in the house. Jeff, what's going on over there?
Well, I'm binge watching Lucifer, like I mentioned. Anyway, I'm Jeff, artist and comedian, and what else? And I love my iPad, which I do everything on, talk about in technology, and using it to do this, and Lucifer's on pause in the background. But yeah, that's me in a nutshell, I guess.
That's so cool
Not-
how in
and
a
not-
single screen
not-
you can have so many different things.
Exactly, and I'm not an alcoholic either. I'm straight edge, no substances whatsoever. So, no slight against you, Priscilla. If you want to be an alcoholic, live your best life. You know,
I don't know.
that's,
I thought it would be
that's probably enabling.
but like, let's not call me out, you know?
You said that about fair enough.
I thought it was
Right.
funny.
It's so funny, and I have 7 different alcohols right
Right.
now.
Oh, wow.
So. Becca, who are you? I can't believe I knew your name. Like, who are you? What is it?
Telepathy, if you will. I'm Rebecca Robinson, formerly known as Rebecca Robinson. Jeff recently introduced me after a long speech of saying how well we knew each other. And he was like, "Welcome to the stage, Rachel Robinson," after saying I could be like
No,
his
no, no.
sister,
Hold
his
on.
daughter,
No,
after we'd gone and hung out. Anyways, it was really, so anyways,
Actually,
my stage name is Rachel Robinson. I've also
I
been
said Laura.
put that
by
in the
way, not
paper.
Rachel.
Oh, sorry. I was once mistakenly also called Rachel Robinson, which is more Jewy than
Okay.
Laura. So
Well, yeah, and at least they kept the
Fair enough.
alliteration.
yeah, thank you. Exactly, Kate. And I am coming to you live from Denver, Colorado, straight out of the 303, if you will. And I like long walks on the beach, thick milkshakes, and I hate social inequality.
Yes.
Ooh.
Good at that. Is that on a dating profile? Because
It
Let's
should
do it.
be. It should be. Help. My dating profile needs help.
love it. Well, John, what's going on over there? Like my screamo friend from another,
Yeah.
my screamo brother from another.
I'm spending a lot of time catching up on my anime. Been watching a lot of anime constantly. Today I went hiking today. I got outside. And I also discovered a thing called electro swing, which is
Wow.
like techno mixed with swing music, and it's one of my new favorite addictions.
Can you just do like a
I-
little scat
Cool.
of
Yeah.
what that sounds like for us?
Alexa, Echo, play
Okay, brag.
electro swing
Bragging.
volume
Alexa.
max.
Technology.
Technology. Damn, Echo, it's ahead of Echo's time. She didn't know it. Electro swing, but it's like if dubstep met a factory that met Great Gatsby and all had a party.
Could you
Wow,
like
that's-
take like the song like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
There was a song that constantly said she was horny, like every 2 seconds, and like I'm horny. It was great. It was very nice. I can't really do the singing part of it at all. That's up.
Yes, you gotta swing it.
I'm a little bit.
It's like I was there. This is exactly it. This is great.
Band.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Band
But I do
just now?
recommend everyone go to Spotify, look up
Probably-
electro swing.
Hell yeah.
It's
no way.
fucking fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna check that out. But I'm glad you described it.
Hey,
to
I
us.
can't wait for 2.5 weeks from now. You're alone in your room and you look left and right and you see electro swing and you hit play. and you start tapping your toe a little bit. So yeah.
I'd
Go ahead.
I'd go down a much deeper porn hole before I start listening to dubstep again.
Yeah,
Oh my
giving me
God.
anxiety. I had a panic attack at a dubstep show once, and
Did you really?
I can't do it
High
anymore.
five.
Wow, that's
Yeah, it was so bad and
could you not?
embarrassing.
When I
Because of the
first
music or
moved
because of
to
all the people
Colorado,
that were
I
there?
had an anxiety attack at a Modest Mouse concert.
Well,
Which one? I was
Oh.
probably there.
I was at it was at the Fillmore, and I hadn't gotten used to the altitude, and I couldn't breathe, and I started hyperventilating, and I
So
had
it's more of like
asked
a
the
you
security. I was like, I need to take a break. This is way too. They're playing Dramamine in the background. I'm like, it's way too
Oh
fucking
yeah.
intense for me in there. I need to get some air. I wasn't ready for Colorado.
well,
Great tune, man. That's
that
a
was
great
it.
band.
What a great segue. Hit that bull. Cody, what's going on? You were on a farm and now you're in a bathroom?
Yeah, I can give you guys the virtual tour. This is where the magic happens. This is not my place. I'm not supposed to be in here right now. I know Apple's
gonna go-
pretty well. I think
Apple's
it's
is
okay.
good.
This is where you can do laundry in this place. Now, this is fun. It's probably a little dark. Let me know if you can or can't see it. We got tractors and just a field. There's not really much to cover when you're at a ranch, I realize.
Is there any corn in the
a
field?
lot of outside. There is. I can't really. It's too dark to give you guys a good idea of it. But hi, I'm Cody. I'm an editor for Westish News, writer for a couple other things that will be coming out hopefully in a while. And then I'm glad we're talking about technology because my big boy job is software engineering. So excited to be on. Thanks, Cal, for getting this little rowdy bunch together. And I'm excited to chat with you guys.
Cody, I didn't know that, but what a toss over to my introduction because I am a product manager. What? I didn't know we both worked in tech. That's fucking sick.
Oh.
Yeah, are you guys hiring? Oh, shit. We can't talk about this. My employer might watch this and be like, is I still trying to get a job somewhere else?
He's a huge fan of yours, Cody. He actually told me.
Okay, cool. No, my first show I was ever on, our CEO and the head of HR showed up.
That's terrible.
I wasn't.
That's like the worst person.
I'm being nothing but supportive.
They were supportive. They were fine.
Hell yeah. Well, those are our pals. I'm Kate Strobel, but I'm actually Cal again. I know so many personalities. What's going on? But thank you so much, pals, for all being here tonight. Today's topic is something with which we're all quite well acquainted. In fact, without it, none of us would even be on here. We're talking about technology today, right? And I hope by the time that I'm done, I can convince you that technology is a good thing instead of the world-ending disaster that everyone in Hollywood says it is. No, we're good. It's gonna be great. I will admit, though, technology has done some stupid things. First and foremost, it gave us tech expos, which gave us the phrase, tech expos gave us the phrase, the future is now. And that's not how time works, right? No, it's not now. The future is, you get it. But just because we're making things that seemed futuristic 20 years ago doesn't mean that the future is now, right? It just means that we didn't have the stuff that we do now, right? If anything, it should go, now is the past, future, right? Or perhaps they should just say what they really mean. Hey, look at this neat crap, right? You've got to have this neat crap. You bought our old crap last year, but now you need this new crap. But it's expensive, but only for 5 months. But you can't wait 5 months because your old crap is already broken. So that's just, well, the phones are cool. However, despite the effort of the free market, I do still think technology is a good thing, right? And I think my relationship, me as Cal, my relationship to technology is different than most of yours, right? Because whereas you might think that technology is necessary to your life, for me, it actually is, right? Without this fancy computer, I'd need to say everything out loud myself, which would take forever. So long. Oh my God. Evidently my fingers are faster than my mouth. Geez.
Not a bad thing.
Don't take that out of
Ooh,
context. Ooh, what?
Oh, he's got them fiddly digits.
Yeah, you know what's up. You know how Cal do. Uh, but also, not only do I talk using technology, I walk using technology, you know, with the lovely invention of the scooter. I'm basically a cyborg, you know, just not the kind that's able to fight crime on the streets of future Detroit, you know, just not, I'm not that kind of cyborg, you know, but it's disturbing when people say, I can't wait for the apocalypse, you know, because the apocalypse likely means that nuclear bombs and EMPs are involved. Yeah, EMPs, right? Technology isn't very durable. And in fact, a well-timed nuclear explosion is all that's required to permanently knock out all the technology in the US, right? That's like, that's the one truly bad thing about technology. Like if North Korea makes good on their threats one day, or if Trump just gets tired of Colorado's bullshit, we're all out here tripping. You know, we lose our phones, our elevators, our cars, our vibrating sex toys, everything. You know, I certainly don't want that. Cal, I don't want you to lose yours, but I also don't want this, you know. You'd think there'd be a way for us to protect ourselves from that by now, you know, but the way they talk, I don't really think there is, you know. And then I'd lose my voice and my legs and my vibrating sex toy, you know, all of it gone. And that just wouldn't be good. I guess what I'm trying to say is, while we shouldn't give it all the power, technology is more important than you can perhaps appreciate, you know. And as a person who actually does rely on technology for their daily life, I'm a living testament to its importance, right? Technology isn't the end of society. For some, it's how they interact with the world. Very important. It's the way that we're all interacting now, which is very cool because we all really like each other. We haven't seen each other in 6 fucking months, and it's crazy. You know, with technology, the possibilities will only expand, and so might our understanding of the vast world around us. You know, right? Am I right? This is true. It's like we're all together. We're here. We're in the computer, right? Okay, you guys. So that was Cal, and now it's time for the pals. So just open discussion. What do you guys think? What do you guys have to say about technology? What's going on? How do you feel?
I mean, I kind of value it. So I spent some time living in the Philippines, in Oslo, Cebu, where my grandmother is like, it's a bamboo hut, and they don't have like refrigeration. They don't have plumbing. And then my mom moved to America and then had the resource to provide them. Basics of technology, it vastly improved people's lives. The things that we don't even consider. I had a thought today where I was like, man, we don't even think about how great outlets are.
Yeah.
You know, if we were homeless, we'd probably be searching to charge a phone, which, you know, means finding an outlet that you can use freely based. And these are situations that we normally have in every room, 4 to 5, 6 outlets. But it's amazing technology. It's power in the wall. It's the ability to charge devices that can map the world. It's amazing. Those things, the basic things, where I know people firsthand who are just happy to have a light that turns on because they didn't have that before my mom moved to America and came back. So I think that while we think about the futuristic types of technology, I think there's so much that that basic technology can't be taken away from. That will always, even if that nuclear, that EMP hits, you know, there are generators that exist. We've already made that technology. That knowledge exists. Water power exists. Solar power exists. Our technology has evolved to adapt for the worse, I think.
Actually,
it's a scary thought.
That brings up something kind of scary. So Cody in the chat pointed out EMP is electromagnetic pulse. I read a book called The Moment After, and it talks about how and it's not so much that the power would be knocked out and we'd just have generators to take over. The problem is an EMP would completely fry and destroy all the circuitry, so that it would take years to rebuild it from the ground up. Even a generator would get fried by an EMP. But there was like one guy in the book who built what's called a Faraday cage. It's like a tinfoil like fence thing that protected all his. So basically, he went around stealing shit from everybody who couldn't defend themselves because he had all the power. Anyway, so that's more of a post-apocalyptic.
Is this like the biography of Jeff Bezos?
It might be. It wasn't written that way, but that's probably who they were talking about.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I never. As I was reading that, I was like, EMP. It just makes me think of The Matrix, and that's like literally my only thought that I've ever had about that when they're like, in the post-apocalyptic world, and that's like their only protection against the machines.
They need humans.
I don't want to brag, but I did work at a virtual reality arcade for a few months for a very sketchy man that did service some of the ex-Bachelor contestants, and that's the only reason why I stayed. Because I have absolutely no tech experience, no gaming experience, but man, do I make a convincing argument, I guess. But I would just say that in the virtual reality world, like something I learned from trying to get ready for the interview on my walk there was that, like, I mean, just in general, I mean, we all know this, but like, I'm really scared of artificial intelligence, but I'm really excited about the world of virtual reality in terms of medicine. Like for PTSD, let's say, people with like phantom limbs, stuff like that. I think that's going to be super helpful, and I'm excited to see that side of it, because, yeah, we need to play video games, but also like, I think it's rad that there can be some healing to it. And I think something that Cal touched on, like a lot of what he was saying about like technology and how you interact with it is like, it's necessary to live your life because that's how the world's been built around you. And now without it, like, you'd be screwed, and we all would in some certain way, but like it would be so detrimental. And I had a teacher who once said, none of us know how to use a plow, we're all fucked. And so I kind of just, I don't know, like I've been trying to do a lot more, like I've been reading a bunch during the pandemic, and I've been reading a lot about Judy Heumann, who is one of the leaders for the ADA and the like Disability Rights Act, and she's a huge badass. But like one of the things that like I'm just thinking about, just knowing you, Cal, and your scooter, but she said growing up, like a curb to her was the Great Wall of China. And so the invention of the electric wheelchair was such a huge deal that it changed her life. She said if her best friend didn't live on the same side of the street as her, they wouldn't have been able to hang out. And to me, it just is like, that's what it's about. Like, it's, like people like during the pandemic have been like, using those like open buttons to get doors open, and they're kicking them and stuff. Well, what they need to realize is there's people who are handicapped who are putting their hands on those, like who need them to get through doors, who aren't just holding a bunch of groceries. You know what I mean? Like, so to what you were saying, Cal, like, I think people don't think in terms of technology, like that doesn't affect them ever. Like in any realm, like if any job you're in, like you guys who are in tech, I don't know any shit that you're talking about, but I'm wearing AirPods, right? Because that's like in my, my world. So, or like I do EMDR, so I have those tappers, but if you don't know what that is, then you don't know what that is. Like technology is so specific to people's needs almost that we're like negligent. What is what?
The thing that you just said that you've got clickers for.
EMDR. Yay!
Explain to me EMDR. What's EMDR?
Explain it.
Okay, ready, Priscilla? We're gonna tag team this one.
I'm so excited for
I've
this.
been a long time.
Eye movement desensitization.
Oh, the therapy thing, yeah.
I can
that
never
for me.
remember the R and the D.
I can't
the last
either.
two.
So
But basically what it does is it stimulates two parts of your brain, and it helps with trauma therapy.
Isn't it the right?
Is it similar to like binary beats?
Yes, that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was that thing where people like eat soup and clack their fingernails.
That's AMSR.
On YouTube.
Yeah, that's
AMSR. ASMR.
No, that's
I was like, you have an
oral
But that's
sensory
your kids
emergency.
You have a
hear it.
channel as well. It's been really awesome to see how modern technology has given people these options to basically create things from their bedroom, which wasn't an option before. So you go back to like the 70s and stuff, and you got the rock stars all heroin skinny out on stage and stuff like that. Like those guys had to know a guy that had money, or they had to have money to get into the studio. It was like this big, long, climb the ladder way of getting a record made and everything like that. You know, you could record on an 8-track, but now you got a MacBook and like $100 microphone, and you could be the next Mac DeMarco or something like that. So what we have now, and it's a good and a bad thing, because this whole concept of being like a musical superstar is a little less likely, just because there's a huge saturation of other musicians out there that are able to actually, within their own rooms, kind of put their ideas into a recording and release it. It's a larger market, you know? So that's been a really neat thing that I've seen. It's got its ups and downs. The downside is people are making shit like swing beat. What'd you call it? Swing beat.
Electro swing has its
Electro swing.
Yeah. Give it a chance.
You can make that in a bedroom. I'll give it a...
I was weirdly trying to reflect electro swing to like a child listening to Swing in the 20s, and how he like picked up a saxophone and like developed music based on the styles of swing artists, but like you can't do that with electro swing.
No, yeah, you just pick up a MacBook and Ableton or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it's the same thing. He had a 2007 Asus.
You know, Ray Charles to get a piano to work. Yeah, like parents' lounge room that collected dust, and it had like 80 settings for different like music. Like it had all these. I never fucking cared about it or knew about it, and it sat there. And then I hear.
Yeah, this is a weird thing. I played violin from the time I was 4. Like I started
today. I hate to say that, but it was Nikki Glazer's episode, and so, but they were talking about just. Oh no, this is what weed does to your brain. I admitted Joe Rogan and I lost all my thoughts. Fuck.
This is why I've been JRAA for like years now.
Did you do DMT that fast?
That shit fucking scares me.
Dude, if I did, I would be way happier. No! I mean, you could think about like technology, like even as like what got us to like computers and shit. I don't know. Like Bill Gates was just on Armchair Expert, and Dax Shepard's asking him all kinds of questions, and he was like, I don't know, I was just 20 years old. Like I just made any decision that a 20-year-old would. Like I was a hard ass and I was 20. And I was like, this is a bad interview.
Yeah. You're like, great.
I think we can thank technology for legal weed.
How?
Oh, how's that?
Legal weed?
Or just like,
well, I think as technology advanced, we were able to test it better, learn more about it. Before, with weed, these like, all right, well, we gassed 18 monkeys, and they died.
No,
so I guess
they were just racist.
Well, there was also that. There was definitely.
The legislation is just completely racist. It has nothing.
But I think
to do
that
with
the advance in medical testing and showing that, like, hey, the medical proof is here. This can help people. We have better forms of testing, safer forms of testing, instead of, we murdered 18 monkeys with weed, and I think we shouldn't do that. It's illegal. I think that's good. Technology has helped with that. We have shattered.
What kind of weed was that? I want to smoke that weed.
Yeah, what weed is killing monkeys?
Well, no, that is how they tested like lung cancer in monkeys. Is they gassed them. They would gas them by making them smoke like 100 joints at once. Right. And they're like, well, the monkey choked. He's like, he didn't choke because the weed smoke. He didn't have oxygen. Fuck you.
Were they bad monkeys that got caught smoking one? And
they were great. They were on the. They were like on the. They were hippies. They were civil activist monkeys. So they were they were racist. So they were like, "Hey, monkey, none of that."
I don't.
If you look at like the medical testing people used to do for shit, or even just like, I was listening today about a fuck. You guys know about the Butterbox Kids? Butterbox Kids at all?
No.
Okay. So there's this old place that was known as like the ideal maternity home for women. Because if you were like pregnant out of wedlock, it was very shame. And they had all these, they guarantee people like, hey, we're going to give you a safe place to give birth. But this is like 1938 or so. So like the technology for like a safe place to give birth, they were just like, oh, this kid has asthma. It's going to die. And then they would just fucking bury babies in these boxes
Oh wow.
labeled butter box, and if
Well-
they were healthy babies, they would try to sell them to wealthy white people for like, and the story goes on. That's not the point of why I brought it up, but it's just like that was actually a million dollar at 1938. It was $1 million.
And by the way, that's
business
Selling baby industry, is that
because they were giving what was considered at the time ideal maternity care.
Wow.
And it wasn't until 1943 that they upped the standards legally because they got fucking snitched on. Because they were like, we sell Jewish babies. And someone was like, I don't think this is a Jewish baby. And they like investigated. And then they found out there were like flies everywhere and shit like that. And there's still more mystery to the butter box babies. There are survivor stories all over there. But
and I'm one of them.
Like,
that's how my parents got me.
you're a butterbox baby.
I'm a
You were
butterbox
so they're
baby,
like, we got a little
'Cause I
Jewish
was
Jeff
about-
here.
yeah, Jewish
I was
is-
gonna
well,
say
the
Jews
name's
weren't really
Jewish, but-
revered in the 1930s or 1940s.
Yeah, well, it continues
My
on.
dad
They go
was
decades.
one.
They go decades. This company goes decades long until like advancements in technology and safety and maternity birth became not so like hard to find. Like that was a commodity. It was like a really.
And back then, they couldn't even ask for the 23andMe, just
No.
to verify.
And they were doing shit too. They were also like allowing abortions for people, even though it was illegal, because it gave a safe place for women to do it
Yeah.
and give them that choice.
Good.
And so like it was this sold as ideal place, the ideal maternity home, but only because the standards for safety and technology for birth were in comparison. Fucking you can't really do much else.
Was this
How
Every other
crazy to
animal-
like? Oh, I was
Okay.
just Cody brought up 23andMe, and it's interesting. Well, because at that point in time, like you could be like 1/10 black or anything, and had people actually known that or been able to prove that, been
Whoa.
persecuted or lynched because of it. But now
race
all of these
yeah,
fucking
it's gone away.
racists that do 23andMe and are like, fuck, I'm 0.5% Ashkenazi Jew. Shit. Or like, it's just like you realize how mixed we all are, and these like white supremacists that have to deal with the fact that they also have mixed blood. And it's like, you didn't fucking know. We have no fucking idea,
Well, also
Yeah.
with 23andMe, Cody, like you brought up, is the Golden State Killer was found through 23andMe, which I
Oh,
love.
Oh shit, yeah.
And because they didn't have DNA back then, and he's on death row right now. Snaps for that.
Technology finding
but-
murderers.
But that's pretty cool. Also, I'm like super against giving genealogy to like just big tech companies, but in that case, I'm for it.
And the
Yeah,
death
yeah.
penalty,
And,
but you're like, let him burn.
I'm only we won't get into that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this isn't the ethics of
This
Like,
isn't
right
the death
up-
penalty
punishment.
episode.
podcast. Hey, so
Well,
Becca was talking about VR. Have any of you guys played with VR at all?
Yeah,
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
I hated it.
I come from like growing up having to like sit in the back seat, wait for the light to pass under the car to be able to like
So
be
with the
in a
Game
video
Boy?
game. It's every dream I had when I was 10. VR is amazing.
It was
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah. I've got, as Rebecca was talking about, with like PTSD. I have massive thalassophobia. I'm very afraid of open water, and I have an Oculus Rift, so I can do this VR stuff. And so I downloaded this game called Subnautica, and I was like, you know what? This is just going to be immersion therapy. This is a game where you just float around in the ocean. I thought it was a very peaceful game, and I'd seen from like previews and stuff that it just was like, nice. I'm going to swim with some alien fish or something. And about 5 minutes in, I was already mortified. Like a giant snake monster ate me, and I'm way more afraid than I ever was before I tried this immersion
But
therapy.
There's no
With
big
my
snake
headset.
monster.
Oh, wow.
Who knows though? The ocean's so
There might
big,
be.
you have no idea.
Yeah, but you're never gonna be in the part of the ocean where that thing is.
How
You
do you
never
know
know.
that?
He
How
might
do
be.
you
Because
know?
I've been in the
sun-
ocean a bajillion times.
The sun is
No.
red right now. There's a pandemic. That might be where I have to move or something. I don't know.
That
You're
does
not
make
allowed
me
to
wa-
move.
Sea
We're in the
lamb.
United States.
Yeah, we can't
That's true.
You do make me think of a question though, because like we don't know about our ocean, right? Because we're limited technology-wise. What metals we've known, titaniums that can handle pressures. Do you guys think there'll ever be a limit to how technology we can handle, or do you think that we'll be able to figure out what the rest of the ocean has?
I have no fucking idea.
I
We'll
think
figure it out
that I would
eventually.
rather have them put money towards women's health care before they start diving in the ocean, except for the fact that algae is responsible for most of our Earth's oxygen. So I do think it's really important that we do science on that. However, then women's health.
It's very Leslie Knope answer. Like,
Yeah. So, Jeff, you haven't talked a whole lot. You're the oldest guy here. You know how to like program a VCR and stuff, right?
I never caught on to that one.
He missed the VCR.
I miss it. I do. I've been nostalgic lately. Everything's passing me by.
Wait,
technologically, it seems like,
Jeff,
Wait, what?
Something I was excited for, but then we turned to DVDs, Netflix, and the internet, was to go to the back of a video store. Just knowing you've obviously done that. What was that like?
Oh my God, John! Just
What do you mean?
laughed.
What are you implying? Are you insinuating something?
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
it seems like it would be like, okay, like
Oh,
remember how cool it was to just go read video titles? Okay, well then
Oh
you
my
just
God,
go like past that like glass bead curtain or whatever.
It was like swinging. It was like swinging saloon doors. And as soon as I turned 18, I knew.
What were they called? Like what were they named?
Well, okay. So the first place that I went to, it was called. Ironically, it was called Family Video. It was on like 14th Avenue in Menominee, Michigan, across from the town I grew up in, Marinette, Wisconsin. And it was like the only place in town that had porn. And you had to like know a guy that, tipped you off on where that was. So anyway, the day
you live in Stranger Things? What?
Not to be confused with Phenomena.
We're one guy who had porn.
Yeah, it wasn't that. It was although they had a porn version of that, by the way, that song. But
how did it go?
Menominee.
Get on your knees, dun dun.
I'm gonna come. Yeah. Anyway, something like that. But yeah, no. But Rebecca was.
Yeah, electro swing sounds a lot better now. By the way.
So I went back there, and Rebecca was right. There was something about the fun of the selection.
Special thing.
It was a special thing, and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of bad, and I had to wear like a hat, sunglasses. I didn't want to be small town. I didn't want my pastor to see me in there, although he was in there.
What if your pastor was in there?
Well, he was. I bumped into him one time years later.
Wow.
I miss those days when that was kind of part of the experience. Like a friend of mine told me that half the thrill of doing cocaine is going to get the cocaine.
I kind of get you, Jeff, man, because I feel like I was ruined.
And now it's right there.
The idea of going and being like, yeah, I was here for cheerleaders, want to get on top 6, and they're like, sorry, that's out for rental right now. Like, you can come back next week.
He's like, that's a thrill, man. That's a thrill.
Like turning it in, and you're like, you only see how far they got in. They didn't rewind. You're like, yo.
That's the thrill.
That's the thrill, and nobody rewound.
So far.
Yep. And I mean, it's nice now that it's just instant whatever, but because back then, like if you had a fetish, God forbid, you had to really sift through all the titles and stuff. Sift through all the, I mean.
I just imagine a bargain box, like the ones in Walmart that have like Independence Day on DVD for $3 of porn, and he's just like sifting through for the fetish of Jeff.
Yeah, and then what I would have to do, I'd get like maybe 2 or 3 videos, and then go out front in the normal video section and
you get Lassie.
Well, you'd get Lassie and then Star Wars or something, so that if somebody saw you, they'd be like, "Oh, he's," there's no porn in between the Lassie and the Star Wars,
So I worked in a content. We did content for hotels. One of my old jobs. I don't think it exists anymore, so I can probably say whatever I want about it.
They're huge fans.
Yeah, we had content.
I'm gonna come to your next show.
Yeah, but oh god. Well, they would be fine. I don't work for them anymore. But basically, this was the thing: when you go to a hotel and you like pull the menu up and you get all like the fuck movies
to go faster than light.
Yeah, well, we would have to select those movies and curate them. Like I wasn't the content manager, but our content manager had a little private room where he would have to watch pretty much every frame of every movie that we were putting on our server just to make sure it's not fucked up or anything like that. But the thing is, so he had these nasty porns that he would have to watch. He had multiple TVs. on one side, but then on the other side he'd be watching like Frozen or something like that.
Oh
So
my God, what?
it crossed some wires in his brain, and it was like this weird thing where half of his head had like a gray rogue spot, like he'd just seen too much, and just one of his eyebrows had grayed. And anytime he'd leave the office, he'd be like, "Hey, Chuck, how's it going?" He'd be like, "Good, I gotta go."
Dude, bathroom.
So Cal wrote something that was interesting about the list barrier.
Yeah.
I don't want us to break.
That we're gonna go faster than light, and that people don't think it's possible.
I don't want to.
Have you? What's that movie with Jodie Foster? That's amazing. That's sci-fi. Not Gattaca.
Contact?
Battlestar Galactica.
Don't they break this? Don't they break the?
They go through
faster
like
than
a,
light?
I think they go through a wormhole or something like that.
Oh,
They warp.
I want to go through a
space.
warm.
Is it warm?
Anyways,
Is
I'm
it
here for
warm?
Cal. I'm
It's
just
really
saying
warm.
you should put Jodie
Warm.
Foster in the
They
movie
went in-
when it happened.
You went into a warm hole and it felt good.
We might have a special guest here.
Kira!
Hi.
Oh my God.
Hi.
They're all,
Hi.
they're all shouting hi. Well, yeah.
I can't
I've got
hear it.
headphones in, so she can't hear it. I'm just gonna
I can
relay.
see
Oh.
it though.
That's such a
I'm
mean
waving.
thing
Don't
to
tell
say
her what
about
we
Kira.
said.
How dare
Yeah.
you, Rebecca?
Hmm.
I'm gonna start a beef. No, they said nice things. Everybody
Let's
likes
do it.
Yeah.
Did you say you're gonna start a beef? That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
thing technology has done that's
Start a
bad. It's
Yeah.
cyberbullying. It's cyberbullying. Is so
Cyberbullying.
bad.
Ugh.
I was
That's
a victim
horrible.
of it in high school, and I will say it was not at the point where they were like letting people sue over it yet, but those girls should be in jail.
Well, I only had it happen to me in person, the bullying. So I'm kind of jealous that you have
Oh.
everyone.
No,
Yeah,
it was
me too.
both. It was
Okay,
it was
so I was
like
like,
at
fuck you.
school, and then I got home, and they were like, "Don't worry, we're still in your right."
Like, we're not done yet.
Have we all been bullied,
Yeah.
by the way?
Oh, yeah.
In this
fucking-
Yeah,
group,
we're all
all of us? I
comedians.
have.
Hell
Yeah.
no, I've never been bullied. What?
Ugh.
Oh, you were the bullier? You was bullied?
I would love if that was the truth. I'm wearing an anime t-shirt close to my 30s because I'm self-confident.
Yeah.
Self-confident.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hurt people, hurt people.
Oh my God, that's so true. Hurt people, hurt people.
Very true.
There's a book called that.
You can quote me on that.
So
Rebecca Robbins.
I want the star wipe to happen when she says that.
but yeah, like you can beef on
The
the
more you
internet, but
know.
also, especially as comics, I mean, that's where we get all our bookings and where we promote stuff and where we slowly hurt our mental health by relentlessly checking notifications and stuff. So it's a very important part of our life. Maybe not the latter part, but for promotion, booking, and all that stuff.
True.
Yeah, it feels like a necessary evil, but a lot of times it feels like evil for sure.
Yeah.
It's mainly evil.
Entertainment space.
Yeah.
Someone has a bit that's like, it's Drew Michael. He's like, I never log off. And I'm like, that was a good session. Like, I feel better after that. It's so true. Like, you never do. And then suddenly you're back on it all again.
Very true, especially with phones.
Yeah.
It's
Well, and I
terrible.
think, like, I don't know, Steve Jobs said something about, like, wanting all of his technology to be just so, like, easy to learn, so that each new product that came out, you intuitively already knew it because you learned the product before it, which is smart and evil. But also, like, what a cool, I mean, there's so many ways to look at that, but take it for what it is.
And it's like like everywhere in instant. And then I just saw a thing with Elon Musk now has the next invention is like this neural net that like floats down on your head, and then you become the internet. And then with AI and that means that you could get taken over. And he goes, no, you could disconnect from that. But that seems so wrong. And
It feels like a Black
Everyone should
Mirror
see-
episode, and then every Black Mirror episode, I'm like, this.
Dude, I've seen Terminator. I've seen iRobot.
Yeah,
I've seen.
Jesus shows you the way to the highway. Go watch that. It's a phenomenal film. It's not dystopian, but it has that in it. It is all about technology, but it also is like Hollywood film tropes, so you'll all love it. But it is very much about that.
What is it called
about
again?
getting
Highway?
sucked up. Jesus shows you the way to the highway.
Ah.
Have you guys ever
Does
heard
it
of?
convert you
Jesus
into
shows
something?
you the way
No,
out.
it's on
Oh.
YouTube.
I'm already
It's on
converted.
YouTube to rent.
Oh, perfect.
I
I'm
thought
already
you guys ever
I thought-
converted,
heard?
so.
There's like a futuristic series of movies with there's like a kid out on like a desert planet, and he gets like picked up by an older guy, and he goes
Star
and
Wars?
finds out this. Yeah,
Star Wars?
I think that's it.
Is it Star Wars?
You guys heard of that? Have you heard of that film
The guy's
series?
name is
Yeah.
Ben
The
something.
Force Awakens? Or is
They have
it?
technology in that film. Star
You
Wars.
think they'll ever invent? You think they'll ever actually invent lightsabers?
I don't
We want
think
them
so.
to?
Something like it.
Do we want them to?
They have
Are the
Kinda
Legos.
crazy old
cool.
men
I mean-
just like, can we just stop before?
You
I
know,
always think about the Jetsons and how their homes are not on the ground because
Yeah,
they
the
probably
floating-
fucked up the earth.
Think
So
about
Yeah, but
in Star Wars, they have also they've got these things called vibro blades that are basically just like swords that vibrate, which makes them
That sounds
more
fun.
powerful, I guess, for some reason. But I could see something like that.
It's like a turkey
This-
cutter.
Yeah,
Just
it's
a
really
vibrating knife.
chiseled
Oh, yeah.
through the
yeah, they
bone.
do have a turkey cutter.
just slices.
We have hot knives.
Yeah, they're
Oh, yeah,
like
those are cool.
rods. They're more like rods than
Dirty.
blades, but yeah,
Hot rod.
dirty
Hot
and
rod.
vibrating rod.
Well, no. What was it? I forgot the word I said. Just fucking ignore me. It's laugh.
No,
Beep. It's
did it
gone.
have to do with vibrating swords?
No, it had to do with
Or-
the other thing.
Lightsabers?
I forgot.
Star Wars?
Cutting
Oh,
cutting through
Cutting.
bone.
Hot knife.
Wow.
Hot rod.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, turkey.
We covered a lot.
And
There was-
technology improves
And-
Thanksgiving. That's
Oh, that brings up
Technology
something.
comes in
What
here.
about go Star Trek, the replicator? You could you'd never run out of food. Hey, replicator, get me a turkey, and so you don't have to go shopping, and you don't.
but
have
it
to
tastes
kill
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they-
all.
they
Put it for our
say-
generation.
That's
Spy
fucking-
Kids,
They say it is.
the cheeseburger machine.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean
yeah.
that would be part of it. They'd have a whole menu. Like I think that would be a good advancement of technology.
Yeah,
What do
I
you
mean,
think?
and what? Sorry, go ahead.
Go.
What's that? No,
Like
what?
we're talking a lot about kind of more our time technology, but even when you're talking about food and stuff, the agricultural technology that's existed even for hundreds of years. Not all agricultural necessarily, but I remember I was doing a report on the cotton gin, and I was trying to use the internet at our school, but because it had the word gin in the search, it was like, this is
Oh, you
alcohol
got
related.
blocked.
I cannot show you results on this
Oh,
filter. So
That's
I
funny.
I had a
That's,
very
that's
legitimate.
really funny.
It was like a report on Eli Whitney, I
It's the
think.
most public education that I've ever
Yeah. I went to the teacher. I was like, I'm having a really hard time with this project. And she's like, why? Just look it up on the internet. I don't care what you write. And I was like, I can't. I'm not allowed to.
Gotta go to the public library for that shit.
I remember having to do bibliographies and having to write them out and fucking having to find
Ugh.
different book sources and shit.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
We had to
But
do
that
the Dewey we had the Dewey Decimal.
Yeah.
I remember that. Hell yeah,
Dewey-
Dewey
They
Decimal.
still have that.
He was a bad guy. I was gonna organize my
Oh,
books like
no.
that one day during
wasn't?
quarantine. And then I looked it up and I was like, shit, Dewey, why'd you have to do it like that? Like, we had to
What did
learn
he
you.
do? What did he do?
Yeah.
He was bad. He was mainly bad to women.
Oh, okay, cool.
Dewey,
Yeah.
Cool.
Mr. Dewey Decimal got me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Mr.
Oh,
Decimal?
now. I didn't. Yeah,
He got
yeah.
decimated.
He's canceled.
Yeah.
Hey-o.
We're,
Because I was like,
we're
I was like,
organizing
oh,
our books
fuck
by
yeah.
alphabet only.
No, I actually just for the basicer thing and did color because it was just one part of my books. The rest of them are. Anyways, books and technology. Do you guys read books or on screens?
I
I
hate
I
read
got a
books.
Kindle.
I don't
little
know.
both.
I reread Great Gatsby online because I found it for free during this quarantine.
That's cool.
Nice.
So that was a good thing. And
Were
then I
you
ended
like,
up being able to
love
What does the
Compare.
green light stand for?
Yeah, that book kind of
The
is.
green light is what you desire that you can't reach. You end up dying for it, all right?
Okay, he took American
just-
Lit, Brad.
He wanted to be with
I
Daisy
love that
so
book. I own a
bad.
Great Gatsby t-shirt. I'm not shitting you. I fucking love that book.
I like This Side of Paradise. though.
Wow.
Have you read that?
Yeah, I
I
just
was
Oh.
really
got that
pissed off in the
recently.
No.
movie that Leonardo DiCaprio kills fucking Tom's mistress instead of fucking Daisy.
Whoa.
I like the old
Spoilers.
It's like a 10-year-old movie.
I like the old
Not
one.
everybody's
old is
seen
the
it,
book?
okay?
The book's very old. I knew they were gonna cut out Tom's racist stuff
1920s.
because they cued Jay-Z in like the first like 10 seconds of the movie. Like, yeah, you're probably not gonna do Tom's racist rant about how whites rule the world. We're probably gonna cut that out of the movie version.
Yeah,
They did.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna cut this part
They
out
did.
of the podcast.
they have like in the first one.
Hey, I don't like Tom. Tom's a bad guy. Okay,
Yeah,
quote me on that
Scott
shit too.
Fitzgerald.
I'm just joking.
That Scott Fitzgerald got Me Too'd also. It turns out he
I'm
was a
gonna check
giant
my
misogynist.
Facebook.
How did you not
Who
do
did?
that? He had like a
Imagine
Oh,
that.
Jonah
really terrible.
That's Scott Fitzgerald.
Institution all
Famous men in history were abusive to women? What?
Yeah. What the fuck?
But technology has helped us with that.
Yeah.
Now we have
that's
rapists
true.
on maps, not just in houses. They're
Oh,
also
yeah.
on maps.
My backdoor neighbor's a child molester. I found out that on
Yeah, there's the map that
Oh,
shows you.
great.
There's thousands
Very
of them
nice.
everywhere. It's scary.
Technology is allowing us to share. Have anyone streamed H.P. Lovecraft? That new show?
No, not yet.
Has anyone
See,
been
the
on
greatest
chat roulette?
monster is racist, people. That's what it is. That's the whole show. They got to deal with like
Lovecraft
Cthulhu and then
was-
Sheriff James.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Lovecraft.
intense.
Lovecraft is racist as fuck. He was like a Boston. He's a well, he's dead
Oh,
now,
yeah.
but he was a giant misogynist, racist. He like hated poor people.
Do you
He's
think that's
a bad
also
dude.
something that technology's helped though, like bringing the light people and having it
No,
on
it's made
record
it
that
worse.
everybody can see?
What?
I mean,
It's
yeah,
made it worse
they're
because the
bringing
racists
it
see
up.
other racists and they're like, "This is okay then." I guess.
Yeah, but you don't have to go to a library now to go see that. You can have your buddy share that to you on your phone
To
and
see
spread that kind of
racists?
information and shit like that.
Well,
What did Cal say?
Cal says
Chat
he's been in
roulette.
chat roulette.
I used
and-
to do that all the
roulette.
time.
So many penises, Cal.
And there's a lot of
There are so
penises.
many
Are they
penises.
drawn ones or real ones?
I've
Oh, they're
been
real.
since high school,
Robotic.
but I wanted to do stand up on there, and so I was gonna ask you guys if you were done.
Hey,
Wow.
thank you for being here.
And then there's just a dick, and I'm like, this is my usual audience anyway.
Oh yeah.
Hey-o.
That's like the best test. You're so funny they stopped jerking off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You're
Hold
right,
on, what is
John. I
she got?
should do it.
She's got something to
I
say.
should
Hold
introduce
on.
myself to it.
You gotta stop. That's I don't know, man. Cam to cam stuff, huh?
Well, today it was
Yes.
just
Well,
OnlyFans just got they just got a lawsuit that is gonna shut them down because they were like not paying their taxes.
Ooh.
So that was technology that was helping sex work, but now has been
Yeah.
shut down.
Well, it seems like it's been beneficial, especially during quarantine.
So if you have funds
It's
in
like-
there,
It's crazy to me. Yeah, well, we were talking about having to go to the video store for porn in the past, which a lot of the people on this call,
Oh,
yeah, we
I see where
stole
this
some
is going.
DVDs from our parents. No, this isn't to roast Jeff, but I had thought of like these
There's a different
symbols, these symbols of wealth that people have, and I think that one of them is actually paying for pornography. There's no reason to pay for pornography unless you just
A
like
flex?
Nope.
You
have
consider that a flex?
expendable money. Like, have you guys ever paid for porno?
they
Nope,
shut
not
down.
in
Not
my
at the
They
movie
deserve to be
store.
paid?
No,
On
no,
the
but
internet.
even,
No, they do. but
even
it's
on
like,
the internet. Well, with the tube channels that came out, that's what changed it. Because you used to have to
Pornhub and-
subscribe.
You don't
Yeah,
think those
Pornhub.
free chicks are able? They're making
But they make it on advertising and other. They
they're
make it
the
on other
hardest
things.
working women in the
Yeah.
world.
Oh, I agree.
You're
Well,
right,
they don't have
Becca.
to
And
pay
Cal
for it.
says sex work is real work. So let's.
Sex
It
work
is. It
is real
absolutely is.
work.
I think we all agree.
Fucking
It is.
okay.
I mean, it is, but I'm just saying
I just
that
love
they,
the light bulb.
Change for
they've
Rebecca.
had to change the way that they, like, I think they make it through advertising now instead of subscriptions, is what I'm saying.
They're working for exposure, Jeff.
Well, yeah, I know.
To be seen.
Mm.
I think they still get paid, though, don't
No,
they?
they for sure do.
Not
I
if
think
you don't
it's-
pay them. Not if people don't pay for porn.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody here knows.
Okay,
like,
I'll try. I donate.
I'm not saying we should. I'm not.
But
saying that
Cody
everyone
does, so
can.
tell us.
Do I pay?
Yeah,
Did I
he's
do
the
what?
Richie.
No, you're just like, I don't know if anyone here knows, so let me lay it down.
No. I don't know anything about it. Do I look like a porn lawyer to you? I'm a software engineer.
He knows how to get it for free.
And delete his history.
I don't watch.
Yeah, I guess so.
Exactly.
I should.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I don't watch it very often, so I might as well pay for it, right? For every
Pay for porn?
twice a month.
Yeah, I guess so. If you want to go real top shelf with it.
Top shelf.
I don't know.
Top shelf porn.
Are you watching porn where it looks like the girls haven't been fed? What's going on?
Oh, no, I don't. I like.
Like if they don't look
very,
like they're having a good time, they're
That's
not.
the only.
They deserve more money.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer. I don't like watching anything where it doesn't look like everybody is enjoying it quite a bit.
Okay,
This
I
is
just
so
do
fun.
that.
It makes me
Watching
feel-
Cody just like dig a deeper grave.
Like, and his hands going over his face, like.
No, sometimes.
No, I
you'll
really
click a
like
link
it
and
when
you'll be like,
everyone's enjoying. I really want everyone to be enjoying it. I don't like it when they're not.
Yeah, I'm like.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
I'm reading like vanilla about my choices too. I'm like, oh, these people look like they love each other. This is nice.
I know, that's the best. Amateur porn's the best for that reason, just regular
Yeah.
folks.
I
My
like random
neighbor.
stuff,
Folks.
Ew. Ooh.
Regular folks.
That's why Jeff has so many
We
jokes
all-
about listening to
We
his
know
neighbors.
Jeff's neighbor.
Because it's true.
Yeah,
It's
what's
based
up
on,
with you, man?
what's that?
What's up with you and your neighbor? Come on.
Have
Am
they
I
been
well,
fucking a lot during core?
They,
Are you
yeah.
on his Wi-Fi right
Okay,
now?
here's the thing, though, for real. They've been fucking a lot, but arguing a lot too, though, because
Oh,
they're,
no.
they have to both work from home now, and you can hear the conversation. I try to put a fan on because I really don't want to eavesdrop all the time, but sometimes
You
I don't know.
do. Come on.
Sometimes I'm horny
Oh my god.
and I
Oh
want
my
to,
God.
Jeff Cohen is horny sometimes? What?
What is the deal? Okay, my ex-girlfriend actually told me, she goes, you're like 51, but you have the libido of an 18-year-old. And she's right. I don't know what, it's really weird.
It's technology.
Wow.
It's called Viagra.
Jeff,
I
you're
don't
all,
take
like
it.
humble bragging.
Swear to God, I don't take Viagra. It's just, I don't know.
Okay, we didn't need.
Don't you just hate when you have a huge
dude.
libido and a giant hog? Isn't that the worst?
Yeah, we
He's
know.
an artist. He's
It's
a
a curse.
comic. He has a big dick.
Big dick.
And a very low
loves going
self-esteem.
down on
More than any
women
of us
for
on
Yep, I'm
hours.
trying to relate. I have tried
Yeah,
to
but
relate here.
obviously I'm compensating.
I'm Filipino, dude.
John saw my dick.
Jeff, we
John
can't
saw my
make fun of
penis.
you because you have more sex than all of us combined, probably.
But yet you do. You always pick on me. Everybody always picks on me. Am I an
I
easy target?
do what God wants me to. Okay.
All right. I mean,
John-
okay, well
John-
that makes sense. That explains it all then. It really does.
John and I got naked together once. John, do you remember being naked? No, I don't think you were naked. I was naked.
No, I was. No, I wasn't.
You got naked.
Did I
I
get
didn't think
naked?
you did. I got
Yeah,
naked
weren't you
for
on that
sure.
show at
Oh,
the Dangerous
shit.
Theater?
Yeah.
I've got people have gotten naked around me. I don't know if I got naked.
I was really uncomfortable. I was eating a pepper and I was like just in my underwear and I was screaming because I was like, "This is my worst
Oh,
nightmare."
And I was respectful through the whole thing.
John, you ran one hell of a show.
It was a crazy
that was a
foul.
great show. I came to a couple of those.
Cal
also
said
got
there.
naked.
Cal got naked at the Dangerous Theater.
What I love about
Yeah.
Cal is he got naked every show and no one ever asked him to.
I'm just saying, like,
Every single one. It was great.
All right. Hey, guys, I got to drop off in a minute, actually.
Yeah, I think.
Same.
I mean, it's 9. We've been doing it for an hour, so.
This was fun. I think
That's
we
true.
might have
This
not
is awesome.
completely talked about technology, but
We talked about so many different
Jeff's
types of
hog.
technology.
The cool thing is,
Yeah, I
it
guess we
touches
did.
every part of our lives.
I think the
so
thing we gotta be
we
proud
really-
about is we didn't go to porn first. Like we hit other
There was 3
topics,
subjects. Yeah.
Dead last.
right. I'm
then
proud of
got to
us.
porn. All right.
Yeah, good
Hell
job,
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Took
We
us
did
at least
it.
20 minutes.
Thanks for having me, Cal.
Thanks.
This
is
Cal.
great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
So
much.
fun.
Yeah,
Great
thank
to
you,
see
Cal.
everybody.
It was great seeing
All right.
everybody.
See you guys. Love you guys.
Awesome.
Technology for seeing you guys.
Yeah.
Electro swing.
Look it
Oh,
up.
yeah, Electro
I,
Swing.
Womp,
Check it out.
womp, womp. I
I'm
just
gonna get.